Hello, everyone. This is Matt Lopez from the Daily Trade. I want to thank you all for being here tonight and actually watching the watch list. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned as well for tomorrow morning. We have another live stream every day, Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. We are live until close or a little bit after for earnings as well to release the news spot on with the data flowing live. Uh, First things to note, I want to thank you for joining the live streams as well. It's been helping the channel out a lot. I've seen a few of you actually subscribe, participate, like. It is awesome to see you guys joining in on these live streams. It is great to see that people are engaged, watching the live data, watching the live charts. I have all the stuff you need, right? I got the live data, live ticker alerts, live risers and fallers, live news, up-to-date news right on the spot. I also got the charts live for you. And we also have a lot of stuff throughout the day, right? I am here sometimes throughout the day, so that's allowing you to actually engage with me if you want to in the live stream. But other than that, I want to thank you again. So to start off with the watch list, right, we're going to go in and dive into a lot of stuff that happened today. And a lot of people have been waiting for a lot of this stuff to be moving. It's been a few months for these major kickers to be going. And let's move on and show you, right? So we had that Boeing certification news. We talked about this yesterday in the watch list. Obviously, we already knew that Boeing was going to come out with the news. It was the rumor, right? The rumor that FAA was going to release that, clear for takeoff Boeing 737 MAX, right? So that's pretty much what we were waiting on. That was the rumor that they were going to release as soon as Wednesday the 18th. And we got that news today, this morning, right? So Boeing pretty much closed yesterday. We saw Boeing close almost at 210 yesterday, taking off in the after hours almost at 216. And then this morning that news popped out with that hype, and we popped off to 226 in pre-market and then immediately opening at 227 with a dump following, right? So pretty much we haven't seen these levels since June. That's pretty much what happened. And a lot of this stuff, it was just buy the rumor, sell the news. And that's what happens with a lot of stuff. And people were still holding, or after the news came out, they finally bought, which kind of sucks because, hey, guess what? You had 2 weeks to get in and you're late, right? You're buying the top, you're buying on the news when you should have bought the rumor in anticipation of the news and then sold for your profits, right? That's all would make sense. And now that it came out, people don't really need to hold, even with that article that came out a month and a half ago saying that Boeing, it's going to take a few years for it to actually recoup most of its losses and become profitable again, just because of how traumatic this year has been alone for the company, with the travel sector being affected really heavily by COVID. So that's pretty much what's happening with Boeing, right? We're at a 200 level drop from 222 right at open all the way down to 200. Pretty heavy, right? Pretty heavy drop. And that's a huge, huge, implied volatility for the options, right? We're able to get that nice push for puts, and you're able to make a lot of profits off it. Now we're just waiting to see if it'll actually continue to break through and allow it to drop even further, which a lot of people might even sell further. This today seemed more like algos right at the beginning of the day, but we may see even more with retail trying to push down more just because they're getting scared out. So we might see that. Second, one of the major things that people have been waiting for, finally, Elon did it for us, right? Tesla went 9% higher today. So not only was the S&P news from the day before that, Monday night with the Tesla joining the S&P December 21st. A lot of people were hyped for that. That pushed it higher in after hours of Monday and into pre-market of Tuesday, but the sold off stock actually ended up just being algos, so allowing it to push down further, stopping people out, and then pushing back up higher today, right? And that's where you saw a lot of call flow towards the end of the day as we got there. And it's noted that, you didn't see a push further than what it was yesterday, the day before. So you can't really expect it to go down for more often the days, right? you could see this push back up higher and retest those highs that it had right here. So that's really what it was in anticipation of for today, right? And you had that nice break from the pivot point here with some nice VWAP break as well. And it pushed a lot higher, allowing us to profit most of these ways from 458 to about the 465 level. And it pushed a lot higher as well into the end of the day, which is really cool to see a lot of people profit. And you haven't seen this big of a move with Tesla in months, right? We've been seeing a huge, just pretty much theta crush, IV crush with a lot of the options, just seeing how Tesla's been up and down, up and down, up and down. No real breakout anywhere for months, right? We haven't seen a breakout since August, pretty much when the last time with the split news. So right now, nothing's really going to change with the company except for it being, included into the S&P, but that's why not a lot of people know. So the buying is going to continue to happen until the time it comes for the inclusion, and then people are going to realize, oh, I should buy Tesla, and that's when they buy, and then that's when the big people sell off, and that's where your hedge funds, your banks, your algos all start to sell off, and then they sell their positions as well, and then buy in, and the process repeats and repeats. So that's pretty much what we're looking at, right? We're going to continue higher, possibly to the not possibly, it is going to happen. We're going to touch that 500 level, kind of break off for a little bit, and then you're going to see that just gap up nicely, right? It's going to push through that, and a lot of people are going to be buying above that. They're going to wait for it to hit that all-time high, which is about that 503 level over here, and push really high. We'll probably get to that 550, almost close to 600 before we get to the S&P inclusion, which is going to be very cool to see. Seeing that we need this breakout after a long awaited time, and you can see the weekly here, we completely broke out. That ascending triangle has been waiting to break out for months, right? We've been waiting for this to break out, and thanks to Elon, we got that, right? All the algos were coming in today, and we needed that. Let's move on, though. More lockdowns, so we're pretty much getting more news. Obviously, everyone can already know the rotation, right? There's a picture that I have, and it's pretty much showing, the rotation of the whole stock market. And it's pretty much, more lockdowns, SPY falls. Vaccine news, SPY goes up. No progress on the vaccine, SPY stalls. And then more lockdowns, obviously repeating the process, SPY falls. So it's all a repeat process. Last year was the same thing with the China trade news, right? And this year is the same news. Same type of news, right? So it's pretty much the same thing. Just play the run up, buy the, pretty much buy the dip again, or play puts, play calls, same thing. More lockdowns, SPY gonna fall. Look we're at a serious critical level here, right? We're at a critical level, ending off the day with a nice sell-off. We're having all these dojis going up and going up, and look at it. We're at all-time highs. We're still at these all-time highs here. We're not going to have a huge crash, right? We're probably going to get to the demand zone here, but that's pretty much it, right? We have a lot of stuff to look out for. Major thing is seeing us touch back to 350, retesting it, but there was a Credit Suisse, article that came out today saying that they're going to see the SPX S&P 500 reaching about 40-50 next year. So that was kind of interesting to see, seeing that we are going to pretty much almost, move 25, maybe even more percent in the next year. Well, not really, right? That's what they're estimating. But we are seeing a nice move, right? So let's see where that gets us, even though that article may not be true to the fact. Sorry, not 25%. I can't do math right now. But just play your cards right as we move through the rest of the week, right? So today we pretty much had a sell-off. More often than not, it's usually just because it's expiration day. A lot of those options have to clear out. And it's just expiration day is always most volatile, right? So that's pretty much what happened today. And the lockdowns causing even more panic, and you're already seeing the travel sector as well still staying up. And towards the end of the day, you're kind of seeing some of that lag. Same thing. So RCL, Royal Caribbean as well. Dave & Buster's. You have Cake, which is Cheesecake Factory. Still seeing all these up. but Boeing did have the hardest hit. So that's pretty much was the only thing in the travel sector that was actually down. And so pretty much moving on from here, there's just a lot of stuff you have to look out for, right? There's a lot of stuff moving into the holidays. We're going to see a lot of quarter 4 news. The biggest aspect of moving into the rest of the year is figuring out, all right, what's going to happen with the travel sector now, right? And that's what we're already seeing with more lockdowns heading into the holidays as Thanksgiving. We're going to see the same thing happen right after Thanksgiving is the vaccine news, right? Start a little pump again. And then towards Christmas time in the holidays, you're going to see that news affect us again, that's saying, hey, more lockdowns as we head into the Christmas season. So those are big things to look out for. That's pretty much the timeline as we look forward to the end of the year. And that's what I'm looking out for, as well as Congress going on to recess now. They won't be back probably for another few weeks or even the rest of the year. It wasn't official. It was just a rumor that was put out that I saw in an article. So we're seeing how if that happens, then for the rest of the year, we basically don't have any stimulus news. We don't have anything to back us up and bring SPY even further, except for algos or something even different. But if we're going to get a run in Tesla, we're going to see a lot of liquidity moving in the markets, right? There's going to be, I mean, obviously you want to get into Tesla before it gets into the S&P inclusion, because guess what? It's going to move even higher. And SPY is going to, we're going to see Tesla affect SPY as well. So that's going to bring it a little bit higher. That's something that I really am looking forward to, right? I love Tesla. Gotta love it. Hate Nikola. Sorry, but the company sucks. And you'll hear me say that a bunch of times, right? I hate that company. But other than that, I just want to say thank you for joining the watch list, watching it for a bit. We are able to cover we are able to cover a bunch more TA in the future watch list, right? I can cover a bunch of TA, not just news alone, but I can do the TA on the charting and everything and how I do it. Other than that, make sure to join the live streams when you can, Monday through Friday. I am on the screen all the time. You can always check it out. You can just join as well if you want to see what's moving in the market. You don't even have to go and find it yourself. Just pull up the video real quick, like it, subscribe it, comment in there, just say hello, and you're able to just check it out and see everything on like this. Look, this is what you want to see, right? You'll see your risers and fallers right there on the right side, and you'll see the live ticker alert, the green and the red in those sectors, seeing what is moving in the market in the highs, what's making new high of day, what's making new low of day right there on the bottom. And it's great. And you'll be able to see all the active stocks all the way in the right-hand side. You'll be able to see, right? So this is something that is very useful to a lot of traders, and I'm happy to share it with you guys, and that's why I do the live stream. All right. Thank you once again, and have a good night.